Hey guys, it's Mandy and welcome back. Today we are doing a speed build and it's kind of long, so get a snack, get a drink, or just leave it on and walk away. I don't really care, just give me the view. I'm just kidding, kind of. Also, sorry I've been MIA. I've been working on getting an LP together, which by the time you're seeing this, the trailer should have dropped yesterday. And then of course, by the time I was ready to record, Hurricane Henry came into Boston. And I have this thing where if the weather drastically changes, especially with rain, I get this crippling migraine where I have to live in a dark room with caffeine, water, and an ice pack. It's really super, super fun. Anyways, so this build is in Willow Creek on the Brook Bungalow lot, which was already different for me because right now I've been in the groove of building a new crest. And to be honest, I kind of just found this page on Facebook that posts house plans and exteriors, and I just kind of recreate them in game. So if you ever wanted my secret, there it is. I just recreate what I find online, because I'm really not that creative when it comes to shells. So obviously I do my own furnishing and such, but this exterior just didn't give me the new crest vibe I was going for. And I'm gonna be honest, I really don't like how this house came out. I just think the back is so ugly, because of the roof, which you'll see I struggled so bad with, and I just didn't care at the end. And this. This is the other thing I struggled with, this terrain manipulation. Mostly because the only terrain manipulation I've ever really done was making a pond. And I think I spent probably a good hour trying to get this just right with hiding the foundation. Because as you can see, I go too high, then I go too low, and then it looks stupid, and then it doesn't look right, and it was horrible. And this is also, I could make a driveway for the cars that we don't have that I have to use 3 sheets to get. But I will say, at the end, this part I actually am really proud of. Oh, and this part, let me tell you about this part. So, I made this driveway, I cropped out that little walkway area. And then I went and I did something, I forget what I did, but I walked away and then I came back and I had to reload the game and all the terrain paint was gone. So that was a real good time too. So this build I just didn't have a good time with. So here's the roof, which I'm going to crop out the extra 45 minutes worth of struggling I did. And you're probably only going to see this one part. Actually, no, you're only going to see this one part because I edited this. Yeah, you're only going to see this one little section that, see, look at that. And it looks like it was all done in just a matter of minutes. I promise you guys it was not. Look at this quality content here. I'm just sitting here complaining about this build that I did on my own just for content. Why am I like this? Anyway, I usually don't have stories for you guys because I don't really have a life. But I finally have a story today. And by not have a life, I literally mean I work, sim, and sleep. Mostly in that order. But the other day, I did go to Target, and for whatever reason, my messy bun yoga pants and my shoeby look with the socks and sandals just apparently were not enough of a giveaway that I just didn't want to engage in any kind of conversation with anybody. So I cut through the baby section because there were so many people there just doing pre-hurricane shopping, which always kills me because in New England, we can get a foot of snow and everyone's like, oh, it's cool, whatever. But give us 4 inches of rain and everybody has to run out and panic shop. I just don't get it. But as I'm cutting through, this woman's like, oh my gosh, why is the baby aisle so confusing? Ha ha ha. And I kind of gave that awkward little heh response just because, I don't know. I don't have kids and honestly, I don't want them, but that's just me. And the last time I was in the baby section was probably 4 years ago when I had to get a baby shower gift, which at the baby shower I drowned myself in mimosas because, again, I'm not a kid person. So then she starts talking to me about her kid, and then she asks me when I'm due. And I'm like, ma'am, I am not pregnant. I mean, I had a cheat day on my diet yesterday, and I had a donut for breakfast, but damn, I don't think I looked pregnant. And if anything, I'm cutting through this aisle just to go look at the workout gear, which you clearly just confirmed that I needed, so if you'll excuse me. I'm just kidding, I'm not that rude. I just made something up. Internally, I was screaming, but out loud, I just was like, oh, April. I don't know. I just made something up just so she didn't feel bad. So then I go to check out, and I'm standing in this wicked long line because obviously they're short-staffed, which, whatever. I used to work retail, so I'm patient with things like this. And this different woman comes up behind me, and she starts talking to me about how she's looking for blinds. She just came from Walmart. It wasn't this busy. She can't believe people don't sell blinds anymore. And then she's telling me about her dog that has severe anxiety, and when she leaves the house, the dog rips the blinds down. So again, I do that little, thing. And I'm just starting to wonder, do I have "please talk to me" written on my forehead? I'm like, I haven't taken my anxiety meds in 2 days, and I'm already panicky because there's 1,000 people in here. I just want to go. So I go to check out, I do my thing, and apparently now they have this new promotion where if you spend an X amount of dollars, you get a $5 gift card. Which, by the way, it doesn't let you surpass it, so you have to get this $5 gift card. Which, at this point, I have to go ask somebody because I can't find the gift cards, which, by the way, are right in front of my face. But I've already reached my maximum socialization quota for the day, and, like, people talking to me, so that in itself was a project. But I felt like such a jerk because I used to work at a doggy daycare, and I didn't realize that I was wearing, like, a pet product shirt. So this woman was probably, like, just casually trying to vent to me, looking for advice. So in the off chance you're listening, random lady from Target, I apologize. I don't have any advice for you because I was just wearing, like, a food rip shirt. But I'm sorry. All right, so now that we got that out of our system, we should probably talk about the build. So, as usual, I tried to keep packs limited when I made this. And I wanted to do... Actually, let me rephrase that. I originally made this home for one of our characters in the new LP. And he's a lawyer. So I wanted to make, like, an at-home law office, so, like, this is where he would do his consultations. And as you can see, he has that separate door that all clients have to do, walk up his porch, and boom, they're in the law office. They don't have to walk through his house. We even got our own separate bathroom, so it really is just his privacy, except now, I don't really know if being a lawyer and having your clients know where you live is a good idea, but it's The Sims. No one's gonna come hunt him down. And on to the little girl's room, which I feel like I always use these curtains. Always. Did I say always? And it's usually in that swatch. And I'm really good at using the same color scheme, you know. Rainbow, pink, and yellow walls. And I bet you, I don't remember, but I'm probably going to use that rainbow rug. Like that rainbow circle rug. There's probably a decent chance I'm going to do that, because, again, always. Ooh, and I just got a pop-up saying I'm offline, and it looks like I am. I mean, I only work for the internet/cable company, but that's fine. Ooh, which leads me to another story. So, like I said, I feel like this whole video is just, let's go through all the careers Mandy's ever had. Hold on. I don't have that rug. I don't, there it is. Oh, I did it in the pastel swatch today. Look at me mixing it up. Anyway, yeah, so like I said, I work for the cable/internet company, which is super fun to work at during a pandemic. And really, I work in a call center, and I talk on the phone all day long, and I just talk about people about their bills. So as you can imagine, it's even more fun in a pandemic when everybody's struggling already, and now they have this super expensive bill that they have to pay. Real good time. Anyway, I had this woman call, and she's complaining up and down about her bill and how it's too expensive. She's on a fixed income. She can't afford it. Which, honestly, is pretty much a stereotypical call. Same thing we hear all day, every day. So then she starts getting aggressive with me and starts, like, yelling. And I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry, but you do realize that cable and internet is considered a luxury. It's not a utility. So it's not like water. It's not heat. It's not electricity. It's nothing like that. It's literally a luxury because you don't need cable and internet to survive. Which I understand is kind of a fine line these days, especially with a lot of people working from home, a lot of places doing schooling from home. I'm in the same boat. I work from home. I get it. But realistically, it is not a necessity. You do not need it to survive. So you can and you will be shut off if you do not pay your bill. And no, that's honestly not even like the politically correct corporate lingo that we have to use. It's just my own. It's literally my own explanation of it because it is what it is. But this woman did not like my response. And then she starts flailing at me and then tells me that she hopes I become immobile one day so I can see how much of a luxury that cable really is. I'm like, wow. I have had my fair share of, believe me, I'm basically verbally abused on a regular basis. But I'm just like, nobody's ever wished harm on me. Like, I've been called every name under the sun. I've been told to shove my services in other places, but I've never actually been, like, literally told, I hope you become immobile one day. Like, the joke is when people, like, apologize when they get a little bit upset, and I'm like, listen, you didn't threaten harm on me and my family, you're fine. And then they're like, people actually do that? And I'm like, yes, they do. But joke's on you because I'm the one who's in charge of lowering your bill now, aren't I? Guess what? There's nothing else cheaper. But anyways, as you guys know, I love customizing my houses, especially if they're gonna be what I play in. And as you can see, that's what I did. So I'm going around right now and I'm adding in photos. And I finally figured out how to make it look like I have a school photo. And I'm so excited about it. Honestly, I don't even know why it took me so long to like actually figure this out because it was so easy. But that's besides the point. That's embarrassing, so moving on. So I can't remember if I ever actually went over how I do my poses and my pictures and everything. But if I didn't, basically all I do is the save that I want the pictures in, I just recover the last save to make a whole, basically like a whole new save file. I dress them how I want. I always like to dress them different because that way it's not repetitive. Like your Sims Everyday Wear isn't on the walls as well as on them. I move a random Sim in. I set up the poses with the pose player. I have the random Sim take pictures with the camera. I build one wall. I throw all the pictures on the wall. I upload that as a room to my library. Go back into the actual save that I am building in or I want to add the pictures in. And as you see, I just take them from that one random wall and I plop them into the build or the house that I'm playing in. I do it that way just because I'm not losing any progress in my game or there's no story progression going on in other households or anything like that that I'm missing out on. I personally just like the customization, especially if I'm playing in the house or like my current household where I have so many generations beforehand. I just like having the pictures. You know what? I should make a video on it one day. Let me write that down. So this is actually a guest room. As you can probably see in the upper left-hand corner a little bit, that is the master bedroom. But I decided to stick with the guest room just because I liked the colors a little bit better. And like I said, my intention is to play in this house, so you'll eventually see the whole thing anyway. And it really did run a lot longer than it is, so I had to cut some things out. I wanted to have a guest room because my idea was to have... Actually, I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to make you watch the LP to find out. Actually, that's not even true because by the time I finished this house, I hadn't changed any of my plans yet. And I changed everything. So I can tell you. The plan was I was going to have a family breakup and the husband was going to go stay at this house, which is his best friend. And he was going to have an affair with his best friend's wife. Is it shady if I say it was taken by some real life inspiration? Yes? No? Maybe so? But I must honestly say, as much as I hate the way the back of this house comes out, just because of the roofing, I really like this backyard. I think this backyard is kind of cute. And I think it's so intimate and it's so, I don't know, I just think it's so cozy and I would love to be in it. Although I must say, I think if I had to live in a Sims world, It would probably be, I don't know. Is it kind of stereotypical if I say Del Sol Valley? I hate cities. I don't like the city life. I don't think I would do well with that. But I like the country life, but I think Brindleton Bay is too rainy, if you want to call that country. And I think Headford on Bagley might be a little too slow and too country for me. You know what? Let's just call it either Newcrest or Willow Creek, because that's kind of like where I am now in the suburbs for the most part, but with Del Sol Valley weather. Nice compromise, right? And I must say, it was actually really hard with the swing set because with all the terrain manipulation, it was floating in some parts. That's the only problem with the terrain manipulation. A lot of the stuff started floating. But, alright, it looks like we have finally reached the end of the video. If you guys made it this long, you might as well hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!